Welcome to today's Thursday Thought Leadership. Today I have Darlena Goetz from Healthy Gourmet Baking Blends, and she is the CEO leading the charge of this company. Welcome, Darlena.
Thank you, Lynn. My company is called FlaxSnax.
Ah,
And
thank you
so,
for correcting me.
sure.
FlaxSnax Healthy Gourmet Baking Blends.
Yes, perfect.
So how did you come up with this concept?
Well, gosh, it started back in 2004, shortly after I lost my husband to an early heart attack.
Oh
So,
no.
so I wanted to do something that would fight heart disease. So I created a delivery system for omega-3. So flax is rich in omega-3, and so it helps to lower cholesterol and blood pressure. And I just wanted to get people on the right track with something that was delicious.
That was quite a devastating piece of news. How young did he pass?
Well, he was older than I was, but he was still very young. He was 57.
Wow, that's young.
Yeah.
And do you um, offer an array of blends, or what, like, is it for bread or cookies or cakes?
It started off being a muffin, and each muffin had more omega-3 than a serving of wild salmon. And then it was a cranberry walnut muffin. And then I started developing other recipes you can make with the same blend. So I have a lot of recipes I share with my customers, um, from chocolate chips to double chocolate chips to carrot muffins. It's very versatile. And we also have a wonderful gluten-free blend that is also very versatile. And you can make cookies and cakes and even pancakes with the mix.
That's interesting. So, are you a food scientist, or how did you come
Mhm.
about doing this?
I'm not a food scientist. I think of myself as a foodie and a high taster, and I have four generations of the food business in my blood. My grandparents had four restaurants in Paris, and my parents were caterers for 25 years here in the States, and my great grandparents were bakers in Poland. So it's in,
Wow. Where are you located, by the way?
I'm now in Orange County, California,
Oh, that's nice.
and my manufacturer is in Chicago, and my warehouse is in Minnesota.
Oh,
So it
nice. Yeah,
helps.
across states.
Yes.
That's awesome. So, when you bake with flaxseed, is there an aroma
A
with the
wonderful.
blend and with the finished product?
Yes, the blend smells very fresh and a little sweet, and you just want to bury your nose in it. It smells so good. And then the muffins, it's just a heavenly aroma once it's baked. Kind of a nice toasty fragrance. Um,
So, to those that haven't really smelled or tasted flaxseed before, can you describe the aroma of fresh flaxseed?
um, well, the flaxseed itself, before it's cooked, um, I don't. There I don't really think I can express it because it's not like other things. Um, but it's there's a yumminess to it. It's
Does
it,
it have like a grassy kind of taste, or
no,
fishy kind of taste?
no, not at all. A lot of people, because I cross over with saying it's omega-3s, sometimes it conjures up the idea that there's fish in it, but it's plant-based. It's but it's there's nothing fishy about it at all.
Okay. And are there different kinds of flax seeds? And are there any differences between them?
There's dark brown flaxseed and golden flax. I have two blends, and one is made with the dark brown flax and one is made with the golden flax, just to differentiate from the two products. But they have the same benefits. They're Um, they're both plentiful. The dark brown flax, um, I think was more of a starter in the area, and the golden became more popular because of the color. The dark brown bakes up sort of like a bran muffin in the looks of it, and the golden it's not quite like a blonde flour, but it's much more golden light in color, more appealing probably to a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Flax tastes differently depending on where it's grown and how it's kept and how it's milled. So I did a lot of research
Interesting.
to get the right one.
So where do you get your flax seeds from?
I get my brown flax from um, North Dakota, and I get my golden flax from Canada.
Interesting. So, is it just particular regions only grow a certain color, or can gold flaxseed be grown in the Dakotas?
It can be grown in the Dakotas. I just got better pricing, so I could pass that on to my customers
Yeah.
with the Canadian flax.
So, with the bakery mixes that you create, what is the shelf life of those mixes?
Well, my original blend, I tell my customers it has a year shelf life from the date of manufacturing. And my gluten-free, I just play it on the safe side and I say 6 months but it's when I use it, I even sometimes bake it with 9 months and a year and there isn't any problem. You can really
Yeah.
smell the flaxseed when it turns bad. It has a paint thinner type of
I
smell
was
to it.
just going to ask, yeah, the rancidity aspect of it is quite high if you ground it down.
Yes,
So you still get 9 months out of that?
yes,
Interesting.
yeah.
That's
And
good. And
if you keep it in a dry, cool place, um, some of my customers keep it in the refrigerator. It's not needed to do that.
okay. And with that, how many SKUs do you produce? Like how many blends do you have?
Well, I've got three different SKUs because of my different pack sizes, but I only have two baking blends, and then I just offer, about a dozen
Custom.
recipes with each blend.
Oh, okay. Do you do custom blending as well?
Um, I could. I mean, I don't, but I could. I do custom recipe building for customers.
Oh,
So
nice.
if they want to have a signature muffin, they could. I work with them for that.
That's neat. That's neat. So, I've realized that with COVID going on and the restaurant business changing, has it really affected your business?
Very much. I mean, I've been selling to hotels for the last 16 years. That's been 90% of my business.
Wow.
And I mean, I deal with the pastry chefs at the Four Seasons and the Hyatts and the Marriotts and just, the finest hotels across the country. And the, the pastry departments are really closing down during COVID.
Yeah.
Um, and the only food service they're having in a few hotels that are beginning to reopen are room service or you know some hotels are having some restaurant service, but mine was primarily banquets, so I don't know when that may come back. I just picked up a new hotel yesterday, but at the same time I've had it some of my favorite pastry chefs are now looking for work, so
Wow.
it's
That's
definitely.
really made an impact into your company.
Yes.
Have you looked into getting your product into places like Cisco or US Foods?
My product is in both. It's available through both Cisco's and US Foods. Um, right now, they're drop shipping direct to customers, and they've been doing that for quite a while.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
um,
And perhaps have you even thought about creating your own, brand and just selling it at the grocery stores?
I would love to. I started working with a bakehouse up in Fresno, California, And we're talking about putting together finished frozen muffins so we could sell them to the grocery stores.
Right.
But but I was going to be selling them to hotels, so I need to make that shift. And one of my goals with FlaxSnax was to get it in the hands of bakers, because bakers are the ones that really reach your everyday person. And for me, it was about fighting heart disease.
Yeah.
So those are the people that, it would really make the biggest difference. And my dream was, when I heard about adding folic acid to flours and what a difference that made in the baking business with women and fighting Down
Right.
syndrome. I was hoping that by adding, a therapeutic dose of flaxseed to the world of baking, they could be heroes once again in fighting our number one killer, heart disease.
I know. I mean, folic acid has done wonders to decrease the numbers of spina bifida, the spine disease in babies. And what you're saying is we should think about using natural solutions like flax seeds to reduce, the heart disease issue here in the U.S. And I really like that idea. I really like that approach.
Thank you.
So if you are a baker out there looking for a new product and you are thinking, what else can I do? Especially if you're a baker in the gluten-free scene, here is one product SKU that you could just plop in and create a new line of gluten-free muffins, right? And thank you so much, Darlena, for coming on. And I really hope your business, you can really pivot your business during these hard times.
Thank you.
And before we leave, you've been in this business for a while. Do you have any leadership skills to share?
Well, I think because I was sort of a pioneer in developing a product that is healthy in the pastry world and started, in the forefront of offering a healthy choice in baking. That was a big leadership skill. And then I was sort of first to the table with bringing gluten-free into food service. So,
Absolutely.
and offering a gluten-free product that also has fiber, because they miss out on fiber because they're not getting wheat. So it's really helpful that way too. And just omega-3s are so good for everything. I mean, inflammation in general for all diseases, brain function, and just our inflammation for all illnesses. So it's in that respect, it's a leadership quality.
Yeah, and it takes extra tenacity to be able to last through this, So I admire you for doing that. Hang in
Thank,
there.
thank you so much.
Thank
Take care.
you.
Be well.